Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at the OCC on this wonderful Thursday night. I am the loudest of the T-Rex, joined here tonight by Zell. Zell, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I am doing absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. I only had 4 hours of work today, so I actually have a lot more energy than I usually do when I cast today.
Like, I don't know why I'd be taking a nap right now at this point, to be quite
Dude,
frank.
only 4 hours of work? Yeah, I usually work 9-hour shifts, so I have 5 extra hours of energy.
Fair. Definitely fair. Well, good thing you've got energy because tonight is the playoffs. Boomers v Void. They're going at it tonight, going for that top spot in the championships. Man, I am stoked. Primarily because I've gone against Void before. So I mean, I just want to see what they got to bring to the table this time around.
I mean, who genuinely isn't, I guess? Okay, so Omega, just saying that his in-game name is Clixney. Got you. So, okay, it looks like we are going to be playing for our first map is going to be Lijiang Tower here. Not the Lunar New Year one. So no one has to worry about that, unfortunately. Yeah, big sad.
I'm totally sad.
Dude, I would be upset too. However, I've played against both Boomers and Void. I actually played for Pro when they played against Boomers. And I can definitely say from experience that Boomers and Void are both one hell of a team.
Okay, so based on you going against them, what, especially since we're going into this first control map, what exactly they're going to be running?
Well, Boomers we've seen run the double shield comp. That's what they're extremely strong at. And aside from that, the Orisa Hog. That's also another very, very prominent strategy, at least in their eyes. Void is most likely going to be running a Sigma of some sort. I believe that's what we played against in our first game as Horn Beast. But honestly, who knows? They might be practicing some new freaking things, and they might just be coming out with a completely different thing than what we're expecting. Also, I want to take a quick second to thank Omega Timberwolf Gaming subbing with that Twitch Prime, you absolute mad lad.
I know, it's so fantastic. Thanks again for the subscriptions. Honestly, all the support possible, or all of this is made possible by y'all support. So we do thank you for it. Now back into that. Well, we will see what they're going to run here. As I've always said before, control maps are very, very unique in that sense that there's no real cut lines of combat. So there's just a lot that can be done. We're seeing Ferret and Kaz. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how they're going to be running this, particularly tonight. As you were saying, maybe they were trying something new. Maybe they're really trying to figure something out, trying to wow the crowd and wow their enemy team. I mean, there's so much that can kind of go on. Are we getting the okay to get started?
I'm just going to be doing that here real quick. That's all we really have to worry about at this moment is just making sure that we do have the readies from both teams. So we're just going to be doing that here. And why don't we take a moment to actually introduce our teams for a second?
Ooh, hold on real quick. Quick shout out to LJ for calling me chef. That's exactly how it works, LJ. Quick out to you. Fine. So here we go. Yeah, there's the Boomers lineup right now. Ferret Kaz are going to be running their tank line. Space Cowboy Orca Tech going to be on DPS. Jaden and Adrenaline. Is Adrenaline or Adrenaline? Let's just go with Adrenaline.
I heard Adrenaline.
Adrenaline. Oh no, my poor eyeballs. I can't work that one. So that's gonna be who's holding in here for Void or for Boomers. Meanwhile, Void, Dan the Awe, Dire Raven gonna be running that tank line. Is it Clixney? Clixney and Milky.
Yes, Clixney.
Clixney and Milky are definitely gonna be running DPS line. Helix the Cat. It's a name I haven't seen in a hot minute with Magenta. So that's going to be their support lineup. Never really seen them play together though. Well, I personally haven't. So I think a lot of it is really going to depend on that DPS line. And I feel like, yes, you need great supports and you need great tanks, but a lot of it falls into the DPS line to really kind of dictate, the picks. That's really where you need them. And it's just going to be really dependent on whether Architect, Space Cowboy are going to be a better combo than Clixney and Milky.
That might actually be a little bit of a rough time, at least for Space Cowboy, because Milky, at least from what I've seen, is one hell of a doom. Like
Elfie.
that. That man right there, right? Milky is probably one of the most feared dooms in the Deadlock gang, and I'm saying one of, one
Ooh,
of,
ooh
one of
boy.
the most feared dooms in the Deadlock gang.
Well, let's see how this turns out. We are getting the readies once again. Hello, Elfie. If you didn't hear me say it before, as we move on in to this first map of the night, Li Zhang Tower. As I've said before, control map, a lot of different angles that they can take. Hopefully, I'm hoping to see something a little bit more mobile. I don't know. I really enjoy seeing that when you get your tracers, your Genjis, just kind of rushing in, kind of scooping around. There's just so much that can be said and looked at. There, and a lot of it falls on whether or not the team is coordinated enough to really focus fire and just completely demolish a target.
And if there really is one thing that Void for sure is good at, it's target focusing. Those guys are absolutely insane. Once you make one simple mistake, at least down in this division, if you make that one simple mistake, they're going to be eating you for breakfast.
Ooh, what about lunch and dinner? Are we about that, or are we just stuck at
No, I don't think it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but
okay, just breakfast. Got it.
Just breakfast.
Well, looks like we are going to be having a double shield composition. Ferret Cat is going to be running that Reinhardt Sigma with Space Cowboy Architect going to be running that May McCree combo. I don't know how I feel about the healing lineup though here for Boomers. Meanwhile, Void is going to be running a relatively standard Ryan Zarya comp. But with Magenta running the forefront as main heals, I don't know. I think that might be their deciding factor here.
I think what Boomers here is going for is that AoE heals. When you look at it, they've got Jaden who gets 60 HPS, I believe, on their passive, and then you also have Adrenaline, so that's 90 HPS as long as you're within range.
Ooh, and there goes a lot of healing. Great job there by Milk. Stop the fight. Ooh, Dandy. Oh, might be. Has to back out, goes out for fire strike. Jaden might be in a world of hurt. Oh, and there goes a 1-1 train. Dandy does get taken out, but not before Clixney and Dire Raven take out two of their own. Battle still going in for the point. Clixney manages to grab one here on Adrenaline. Oh, and Helix the Cat gets taken out by Space Cowboy. Now they're just pushing their way on in. Kaz has got to stay alive here for their team. Milky trying to block off some sort of angle, but Dandy manages to come on in, and that healing comes in totally clutch here for the side of the Boomers. They do get the point. Oh, but Dandy might be in just a little bit too deep. A lot of damage. Milky, though, coming in clutch with that defense is now Void coming up 10% and climbing.
We just saw right away Ferret dropping, and I believe it was also Face Cowboy dropping like right away, and that just kind of spelled the end for him.
Oh, and here we go. There we go. That rally's coming out. It's gonna get blocked for now, but he's holding on for just a little. Be a big play, and Ferret is going to be the first one that goes down. Kamehameha does come out here from Magenta. Milky does get taken out by Space Cowboy. With that Kamehameha doing just so much, it could be deadly. Here he goes. Gravital Flux coming out. Kaz with a triple kill with cheese, ladies and gents. That's going to be a big one there as Boomers go ahead and clear this one out. At 44%, that's they got a lot of time to really make up. So, they're relatively comfortable.
Boomers actually managed to take that point over, especially after Ferret dropping. That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So here we go, backing up just a smidgen. Graviton Surge coming on now. Great ultimate there by Helix the Cat, able to keep people alive. But Ferret taking maybe just a little bit too much damage, goes out for a kill. Cass takes out Clixney. That's going to be 1 DPS down here on the side of Void. High Noon comes out. He's going to be able to land anything. Ooh, Dan the odd does go down, and Ferret follows it up. There we go. The sweep in motion here from the Boomers. Able to clean this bad boy out. Magenta's got to be careful not to get staggered. That could be deadly as Boomers tie this up, and now they're above that line, 44% and climbing.
Once they're above that line, it's just kind of, fighting, and more fighting. That's all I gotta say there. Once you get above that extra line there, once you get above that 44 marker, whatever your opponent set, that's really what you're looking for. That's how you know you're doing well.
Ooh, and here we go. Counter ultimate here from Milky. Ferret might be in a world of hurt. Does get completely shreked. And Jaden up in that front line. Might have bitten off more than they could chew. Gets Magenta's beam to the back. Now here we go. Void looking to try to clean this one out and try to stop it before the 85% mark. Kaz in a world of hurt does go down. and it doesn't look like it's going to be much of a hold here for the side of Boomers. They are going to drop it, but I think just at the margin of last fight if they can clap this back.
Yeah, they're just at that, usually 84, 85 is when that's kind of last fight territory. And it actually looks like they have a lot more ults here in the bank, at least.
Ooh, High Noon comes in, Clixley with a double, triple. Oh my God, here he goes with yet another. They were going for that staggered here on Orca Tech. Not going to be able to finish it though, but great combo here. Dan the Awe, his ultimate comes out, Clixley's ultimate comes out, and just completely secures that fight, 75% and climbing. And now Void is looking like they're getting into a good spot, almost in final fight territory. Boomers have got to figure out something right now.
Well, they do have Orchitect's freeze here, and as I was saying, with their very, very good target calling, they might be able to pull something out here.
So here we go, final fight. Orchitect drops one down. Magenta is. Oh, and Dan the Awe back up there to help him out. T scattered. Barrett takes down Helix the Cat. Oh no, and Dire Raven is just staggering for just a little bit too longer. That's one of those you gotta die immediately. Because now Dan the Awe is gonna be there without his off tank.
Especially without that Graviton Surge, that's gonna be a massive detriment here.
Ooh,
and it looks like they won't even get the chance either.
Ooh, that's just a feels bad. Great job there by Ferret though, recognizing that win condition and just managing to stop the overall push. That's exactly where you needed to be.
Exactly what I was thinking. Took the words right out of my mouth, Lau. Come on.
Speaking of which, Dark Bow 1, so you are aware. Yes, Kazume is not playing, but he is eating. I just thought I'd make that apparent to everyone. Apparently he's eating something delicious.
He said he was going to be eating. I haven't heard any like slurps or anything on the mic yet, so we don't know for sure yet.
Wait, didn't he say he was eating cookies and cream? Because I'm about that life. He is.
He sounded so just disappointed with us. Yes, I am.
But cookies and cream, though, man, definitely a mood. So here we go. Void coming on in, taking that main entrance. Oh, and we got Milky coming in on Doomfist, but that could be a tall order. Architect is the first one to go down. Dire Raven coming out with a double kill, triple kill. Dire Raven, what are you doing there, homie? That's just a roughing there for the Boomers. However, I don't think they've captured the point, and I think they're giving just a little bit too much time here.
Well, the thing is the capture point actually just opened, so they don't have to worry too much about that. But I'm actually kind of worried about Milky here. They have both Architect and Space Cowboy on the fact that they are able to stun, as well as Kaz, who has that rock. I mean, this just might be not a good place for Milky unless he plays around everyone.
Yeah, that's going to be extremely important because that's just so much CC, man.
That's all the stuns. All the stuns.
Oh my lord. Dan the Aw's got to be careful though. Might be a little bit out of position. Here he goes, backing on in, and Milky looking to try to get into that back line. Doesn't happen to do so. Space Cowboy gets the pick. Hammer down does come on in from Dan the Aw, but great job there by Architect, managing to keep him on the high ground, and he does whiff it. Man is in here and in full effect by Jaden. Looking to push their way on in. Manages to grab Helix the Cat, and the picks are coming in heavily in favor of the Boomers. They're just sweeping this bad boy out. And once again, at 42%, 43, they managed to clap it back. That's a very fantastic play here from the side of Boomers, but they did spend quite a bit. Oh, I don't know. They are getting 2 ults online. I'll take that one back.
They do have 2 ults online at the moment, and they are going to be getting at least one more with Kaz here for at least for Boomers. So in this fight, I think they're. Oh, never mind. I was going to say I think they're trying to avoid it, but.
Ooh, hammer down comes in from Ferret. That's a big one. Reno Space Cowboy. Space Cowboy just taking out Magenta for good measure. Man, that's just a rough one.
That was rough. That's all we gotta say there. Fantastic plays, at least from Boomers managing to keep everything going. They saw Clixney ulting there, and Milky was just kind of like, "I'm gonna put you up there," and the Cavs was like, "Yeah, no shield."
Yeah, no shield. Yeah, exactly what needs to be done. So in dire straits, about to be in for a world of hurt, trying to get a little bit of backup there, unable to do it. Here we Gravitational Flux coming on in. Barrett getting Helix the Cat. Ooh, no, and that's just not looking good here for the side of Void. Ooh, Dan the Awe is going to get taken out, and there's just really nothing much that Void can do at this point. Dan the Awe may as well just die. I wouldn't see any reason to stay alive at that point. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, that's a bit of a rough issue here. But Boomers have been doing extremely well managing their ults, almost having 2 online at darn near any given time, and just kind of cycling through them extremely well.
Yeah, they're playing really, really well together. Positioning is absolutely fantastic. So here final fight is going to be in effect, and Dan the Awe is backing up here. Great job there by the coming out, breaking a bit of that May wall, and they know they've got to get onto the point. They don't have a lot of time to mess around with. Rally does come out here from Adrenaline, but they've got to hurry up and make something happen. Barrett getting an ultimate here in that back line. High Noon comes out. Space Cowboy takes down Clixney, though. Oh, and another counter comes on in, but I don't think he's got enough to back him up with Dire Raven taking out Space Cowboy. And now it's just a brawl here onto the point, looking for a victor, and it's looking fantastic here for the side of the Boomers. Orca Tech picking up the 3-piece with cheese. Fantastic work. That's going to be what ends it all here for this first map as Boomers take it home take Li Jiang home.
Take Li Jiang home for the win.
They take Li Jiang for the kind of
big brain over here. Clixney with that big 3K.
Was it? Yeah, no, it ended up being like a 5K, didn't it? Yeah, it's like hammer down. Watch. It's like a triple. Or it's a double.
1, 2, 3.
3?
4. I suppose.
5. That's what I'm saying.
I suppose.
You suppose?
I suppose. I'll give it to you.
And an Architect coming in. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
I love that video, man. It drives me nuts every time I find it on my feed anywhere.
Alrighty. And with Boomers taking that first map, I believe it is loser picks here, so it would be Void looking for 2 CP.
And I don't necessarily know exactly what they're going to pick. And I would definitely say, based on their performance, I mean, they were doing very well. I just feel like they weren't able to really clutch out the later game fights. I feel like maybe they were divulging maybe a little bit too much resource. Maybe they weren't in a proper positioning because Ferret was definitely outplaying Dan the Awe, and that's a rough place to be in.
Well, I think aside from that, as Nathal is kind of saying, pretty much a lot of Boomers comps have been to counter Milky's hero pool. I mean, we see him on the Hanzo, we see him on the Doom, and we just get a lot of, I guess, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Just a lot of counter picking onto Milky, and I think they realize that Milky is currently Void's win condition here.
Ooh, and you know what though? If that is indeed the case, then they're playing exactly, and that's really why you watch you watch a lot of the enemy's tape. You have to understand their tendencies, and if you know that Milky is going to be running that Doomfist, you want to do your best to really shut it down. You don't want to give them that avenue of approach to really make your life hell.
Exactly. I mean, the big issue is when you look at it, if Milky's being a threat, and we know he is because we've seen him play in I don't know how many different matches, but if Milky's being a threat and you know that he's the big issue here, shut him down.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that's just about it. Anyone, especially being able to understand what DPS the enemy is going to want to try to run, and then being able to create and practice, compositions that are ultimately going to help you achieve this goal is very, very smart here, especially on the side of Boomers. Like I said, it definitely looks like they've been watching their tape. They've been watching the tape.
Yeah, rewatching tapes.
And that's always, that's always important, especially when you're doing VOD reviews, because you have to consider your enemy's anticipation and what their movements are going to be. So great job there from Boomers. That being said, though, Void is also still playing a tight game. They're sticking together. They're not just rushing in, haphazardly. They've got an idea. I think it's just their execution that just needs refining at this point.
And Nathal just kind of saying, he really doesn't want to say it, but he thinks they need to bench Milky.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that, because definitely Milky shows a lot of promise. So I mean, it's really just depending on how things turn up here in the next few matches. I couldn't necessarily say for certain whether or not that is the right call. Because I'm watching Milky play, and there's definitely something there. There's an aggression, there's an intensity. But when you have someone like Space Cowboy and I think Architect were really, really sticking together, and you could tell, they were keeping each other, alive. And that's really what you want. You want the DPS to work as a pair.
Yeah, it's not just one DPS off doing one thing and another DPS off doing their own thing. DPS teams work well together if they play together.
Yeah. So here we go. 2CP is gonna be a Temple of Anubis. I relatively enjoy this place. I'm normally not a fan of the 2CP style of play, but this one isn't necessarily all that bad. For some reason, Volskaya is still my favorite.
See, I think in like tier lists, Anubis would probably be up there, but it's definitely not my number one. I think my number one is Hanamura.
Hanamura? Yeah, I like their. You need to stop.
You need to be quiet, good sir.
It is a fantastic map, but I do not need to hear it for. Go eat your cookies and cream, sir.
Yo, wait, hold up.
What's up?
Cookies and cream Oreos, right?
Right.
Aren't they basically if it's no, I'm just saying, like, if it's a cookies and cream Oreo, aren't you basically just eating Oreo flavored Oreos?
I'm hearing the X-Files theme. You might be right. Honestly though, I'm that's kind of my thing.
Just kind of your thing?
Yeah. I could devour cookie dough milkshakes. Oh my god, I'm such a sucker for that stuff.
All right, so we are still seeing that Rein Zarya come out of Void. Do you think that they can make something better come out of this?
I mean, we'll see how it goes. Milky Space Boy coming out with a quick kill, and Damon's just dishing out just so much damage. There's just nothing that they can do. Ooh, man.
And the Aw is so out of position here right now.
Super out of position. Does manage to find his way out of there, but not necessarily what exactly it is they're going to be going for here.
Oh, they're going for that TP. Oh, no, never mind.
Definitely Kaz found him out, and there's just really nothing they can do. Don't know why they're Metra in here. Space Cowboy just has no real pressure put on him. He's just putting out a lot of free DPS back there.
I mean, when you're putting out as much DPS as Space Cowboy is, you have no range pressure aside from Clixney, who has damage fall off. So it's not like he gets a ton of damage at ranges. I mean, it just kind of sucks.
Ooh, and Space Cowboy is gonna beat down Clixney again, and I think it's high time for Dandy on Magenta to GTFO out of there, man.
GTFO out of there? I don't think that's how that works, Lau.
Listen, sir, I'm speaking my English the best I can, okay? Alright, so Milky is going to be trying to get off into that flank to at least divert a little bit of attention on him, but Damon does have that angle cornered, and that's a tough one there. Space Cowboy taking down Helix the Cat, and that's going to be both supports. I don't think Void really has much of an angle to take.
They don't, and that's the big issue here. Not only that, but Dan the Awe has been more worried about conserving his shield than he is about protecting his teammates at the moment. Every way that they try and go, he puts his shield up for a little bit and flashes it, and then it just immediately drops, and then one or two of his teammates get picked off.
So, 2 minutes are on the clock, and they've got to figure something out, especially now that Kaz, before they can really do anything, Void is having some issues right now. And I think they're maybe regrouping, trying to figure out what angle that they should take. But they've got to get into that backline somehow and quickly, because Damon, Space Cowboy do have their ultimates available, and they can force this into a 7v6 if and when they feel like it.
If and when they feel like it.
Right. Would you hold on to that Bob forever? So
I'd probably just chuck it.
There we go. There's going to be that ult here from Damon getting a 3-pick. Has to be fantastic. Though, managing to land a pick as the Baptiste drops that ultimate. They're still trying to hold on, and Milky and Dire Raven in there doing some solid work. Adrenaline able to bring Jaden back from the dead, but is this two-man group gonna be enough? Bob does come on in and shifts the tide into their favor. Magenta has no one really there to back him up. Space Cowboy does get that ultimate in, and Dandy Oz is just trying to hop on in there, but I don't think he really has a lot of reliable healing that he can take, and that's gonna be another full hold here from the side of the Boomers.
The big issue right there is that they just left Space Cowboy to just, go and take pot shots. I mean, they never went and challenged him. That's a really big issue when you have Ashe that can one tap you.
Right. And I think a lot of it's going to fall on Void to really try maybe a little bit more of a divey composition. You know, any Hammond or anything like that that could really make their life hell. There we go. There's going to be Mongo on out. Gravitational Flux coming out into that back line. Ooh, but the ultimate comes out from Helix the Cat to keep people alive. Helix the Cat might be in for a world of hurt. And here we go. High Noon. Is this going to be a big one? That's going to be a toop. But not before Space Cowboy does pick up the kill here, and Adrenaline gets another res. That's going to be absolutely fantastic here for the side of the Boomers. Dire Raven's going to be the last hope and not going to be able to do anything. That's a full hold here from the Boomers. Damn, son.
That's like, there was a big issue there for them, and it was 100% Space Cowboy. When you're looking at it and you have the Ashe that's pressuring you down from range, you need to either go range and duel the Ashe, which I wouldn't have recommended because of the fact that she had a Mercy pocket, or you need to go dive and dive her.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely run, a Genji into her. You could definitely have a Winston. If you want to have a Winston combo, that could definitely jump back in there, and it's not so much as taking them out as it is simply displacing them. Yeah, you need. If you have that Widowmaker, or if you have that McCree, or if you have whatever hit scan there is, and they're just they're not pressured, that's free DPS. They don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? And as long as they're landing one or two actual critical hits, it could really change the flow of the game. So you want to get into that back line, force them to be uncomfortable, and then see if you can get them to where you want them to be.
Like, as a McCree main myself, I can definitely say, when there's no one pressuring me, I just click heads. And that's really what they need to worry about the most right now, is their heads being clicked.
I mean, that being said, though, it wasn't just Space Cowboy in that time. Damon was doing a lot of line pressure, and that's just tough here. It's tough when you're trying to be that Rhine, trying to crawl in with your team, and then you've got just this incredible amount of damage destroying your shield. I mean, there's only so much you can do.
That is fair. I will admit that.
So here they go. They do have a Bastion set up. How that really going to take them? So they go on in. Fire Strike comes out, hits quite a few, but the does lose his shield, but is that going to be enough? Milky's got to be careful. Clixley takes down Damon as he's going in for that back line. And now Dire Raven just hopping on in there, knows it's only one tick. That's all that they need. Dire Raven's got to be careful, though. Ooh, good stop there. Kaz getting taken out by Dan the Awe, and ooh, might go in favor here of Void, as Dan the Awe looking to try to take down Jaden. Dire Raven is going to be the one that cleans that one out. And great work there by Void, managing to separate a good chunk of the team. It's definitely Boomers getting sent back to try it again.
I mean, I really don't blame him. I think Dan the Awe wasted too much time holding his shield up there. I mean, I know you had a Bastion, or sorry, not Dan the Awe. Ferret wasted too much time just holding his shield up. If you want to play, and you want to play aggressively, you have to go around into that left corner, because Bastion can't shoot you, which means you have shield.
Yep, and here they go, trying it one more time. And so, doesn't really have much of a shield to concern himself with. Oh, but they do have a Hanzo. Ferret does get taken out by Clifney, and Jaden just rushes in onto the point. There we go. There's that Bastion ultimate coming on in, looking for Damon, and Damon has to get out of there. Kaz does get the pick here on Milky, but I don't think Kaz is really going to be able to do much on his own.
And I think Boomers actually kind of have them right where right where they want them. I think they wanted that Bastion off the high ground, so that way they can just go and pressure them.
Ooh, and that pressure's coming in hard. There we go. Pick doesn't seem to land on anyone, and that's going to be the end of Sneak there. Ooh, Gravitational Flux does come on up, and maybe there was a good save. Dire Raven, though, coming up with a three-piece, and a res comes out here from Helix the Cat. Kaz is going to be the only one left on point, but is going to get taken out. Fantastic work here by Void. Man. Holy crap. 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. This could be nutty, depending on how this next bit goes.
I mean, I think right now, Boomers are just trying to save up ults and just press Q on them.
Maybe. Damon's 95%. He's about to be able to make it. Clixney has got to be careful, though, not to get taken out.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Ooh, Kaz has got to be careful. So, I don't know. Here we go. Hansers are fighting off onto the side. Milky take down Space Cowboy off there in that little shop. Hammer down! Oh, no! And that might... What saves it, ladies and gents? Kaz dropping that ultimate. Now, Clixney does have that ultimate. Bring it on in. Somebody's got to get onto the point. Nobody's about to touch. Oh my god, they make it just barely. And Damon looking to try to clean this one out. That's Helix the Cat going on down. Oh, and that's a two-piece, but nothing that can be done. Boomers take it home. Oh, I swore they almost had another hold. What is going on here?
That was crazy gameplay from both teams. Honestly, like, if that hadn't worked, I think Boomers would have just said, you know, screw it, we're just gonna yeet the board.
And there we go. That's gonna be the three-piece there from Damon. Fantastic work, able to clean these bad boys out. I'm telling you, man. You got to give a lot of love there. First base Cowboy really putting a lot of pressure there on Void, but Damon was just dishing out the hurt. Void, though, we're getting pretty close to a full hold. That would have been hilarious. However, it wasn't so. Boomers are going to be up 2-0 going into this halftime. So, ladies and gents, please take this time, grab yourself something to eat, drink, whatever it is that you necessarily want as we let our players go into the virtual locker room, hang out. Is there anything you need to say, Zell, before we take our break?
Honestly, I just want to know what Void has under their sleeve, because I really... Like, I know this is going to sound super biased and everything like that, but I love reverse sweeps, so I really want to see a reverse sweep.
See, why would you do that? Why what's the matter with you? What's the matter with you?
I have a wooden desk.
Okay. I'll have to take your word for it. So, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see y'all in 5 minutes.
And now,
Woo, sheepy.
and that's two from the McCrizzle. That leaves Justice Aria and from Voidra alive on point, and that's gonna be a shadow bringing.
Oh my god, what a sleep! What a sleep!
That was a massive sleep start, brings Jag to the ground.
And Trippy Ninja's
He's looking for it. He's gonna find some, but he's gonna be immediately shielded. Massive play from Overkill there. Sniper Life is gonna find that beat or lamp, however, and the huge bomb is gonna find bar. Oh my god, Sniper Life! Huge play.
It's fair. I have to admit it here on stream. I actually am wrong. The wiki says that it's an Omnic Director.
Boom! Told you in your face. What's up? Anyway.
You know at that shatter. Dragon Strike coming in from KBC gets the quad as Obi-Wan getting a double. Buddy Chan following up on Ikkyo as the shatter comes in. Obi-Wan still having that Meteor Strike available as they take down KBC. Looking to follow up onto Bravery, who was swapped over to the Ham, and Psychon now coming in as that Lucio trying to hold on, trying to get that beat. They have 10 seconds to touch that payload.
Oh no, and Twitchy's got to be careful. You don't want to just get in there. Oh, that's going to be the end of Twitchy there. Oh, great job by Chibiki keeping the rest of the team alive. So here we go. It's going to be the final battle, and Zenkai has got to do something to make this work. Sway drops that ultimate, but the ultimates come out in favor of the Horn Beast. That's going to be the Horn Beast.
Speed drop coming in from Sassafras and the Diva Bomb coming down from Game Career. Oh my god! What? Where? What?
Oh my god, Hoikum picks up Berkey and Neptune picks up Sassafras. It looks like this actually might be all over here for Eclipse.
Hold on to something. Prim, they've got to be careful with Prim, who's coming up behind on the enemy team. There goes Sip C. Oh, is that going to... That's going to be a huge one, boys. That's going to be what finishes this particular game. Miss picking up yet another one, stopping it, and that's a Yaya taking this one home. Oh, and that's a big feels bad. McBean though, able to stay alive. Oh, but it could be dangerous territory. That's a 1-1 pick here on both sides, but McBean's got to be careful not to get taken out. Dank Monkey still on that Lucio, able to keep him alive. Oh, and that dive composition might not be coming in the best.
Dank
Monkey.
Widowmaker will find Mosaic here. High charge Zarya, getting tons of work in at the moment. And Widow just has to back up right now, but she's just going to fall to KBC, the absolute terror! Russian Fury pushing forward.
Who's here for Bagel Guy, who's out, hungry, but dead. Oh, and that is a wasted ultimate if I've ever seen one. Oh my god, and there we go. What is this nonsense?
Nah, John Hawks was on my side. Big bully.
Say that real slow.
Big bully.
All right, ladies and gents, thank you all for sticking by with us here for this playoff match. Boomers, V-Void Boomers are doing absolutely freaking-tastic here tonight. And I am joined by the McCree one-trick himself, Zell. Zell, how was your break, bro?
It was absolutely fantastic. I got yelled at to put the dishes away. So So Pachu over here asking the big question, do they still play 4 maps or is it just first to 3?
And you know what?
So, you know what, Pachu, we're not going to lie to you. We're not going to lie. We have no clue.
Why would you do that? How do you do that to an audience? Hey guys,
You be honest with your viewers, Lau. You be honest.
No, darn it, you lie, damn it. You lie through your teeth. Now, we'll go ahead and get that sorted out here, definitely before this next match. So here we go, waiting on the team captains to give us the okay to get us started, to get us going into King's Row, which is going to be our hybrid map of the night. And definitely Boomers are looking strong, man. Boomers are coming out freaking swinging, man. This is ridiculous.
Pachu, you absolute mad lad. Subscribe for 3 months. Woo!
3 months, 2 months streak, bro. Okay, he's doing good with the 2 months. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. All right. So, oh, hold on. There we go. How come I didn't get to put the thank you thing? I'm a little upset. I'm upset, spaghetti.
Okay, so I actually just got back. So it will be 4 maps, no matter what.
Oh, no matter what. That's weird.
4 maps, no matter what.
Oh, I think that's kind of like a weird thing. Oh, well. Guess what? Don't make the rules. They did. So here we go. We are going to 4. So we'll see just how Void does. If they can make this, force this into a game 5. I mean, I don't know. Anything can happen. It's primarily why I enjoy this game so much. Alrighty. So we do
It's
have
all a game of percentages.
Percentages, my friend. And
percentages.
Not a lot of changes here are going to happen on the side of Void. Max Peck, though, coming on in as a substitution. I really,
and Architect. Architect also got brought in.
Right. Architect coming back in, switching out for Space Cowboy, and then Max Peck going to switch out Jaden. So this is the first time we're seeing Max Peck. Let's see how they can do it, because honestly, Jaden and Adrenaline have been really, really good together as a healing duo.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Max Peck and Adrenaline have been a very solid healing duo right now. Boomers, as we were saying earlier, coming out swinging, and Adrenaline taking up the helm as, I guess you could say, the main healer of the group. I'm quite interested to see what Max Peck is gonna be doing here.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing them on the Baptiste. So, definitely good, area of effect, healing, a lot of utility. But the question is Void going to be as aggressive as they could be, primarily because there's no hit scan this time around? So I don't know how that's really going to change their game up.
I genuinely don't know. Architect, no matter what we're going on, Architect is a very solid player. I believe he mostly plays close range style heroes. Mm-hmm. So like the CQC players is what Architect's specialty is, but Ferret immediately getting taken out.
Ooh, Dan the aggressive as hell, jumping on in there. Damon getting swung at the forehead, and Kaz is going to be one healing from Adrenaline, is going to, but only so much. They are going to have to back out, and they cannot keep themselves into this fight. Architect is going to get taken out as Ferret and Adrenaline are going to have to back out here past this corner. So great job there from the side of Void, and they're just going in even more and more aggressive.
I think this is, one of the maps that they are 100% trained for. They have Magenta sitting on payload? Oh wait, no, Helix is, okay, never mind. Helix is Lucio. That's logical. Okay. I was confused for a second.
I think they're a little aggressive, though, with Clicksney going down by Ferret, taking him out. So they are going to have to back up here, give a little bit of space. They don't want to overcommit too much resource, because it makes it really hard for the healers to really get any value. Oh, and here goes the hammer down. Kamehameha comes up right behind him. That's going to kill. and it looks like they're just rushing on in. Milky looking for another one. Take it down, Max Peck, and they're just incredibly aggressive on this push.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Void is... Oh, they gotta have someone on that payload, though. But Void is an extremely aggressive team, and I think King's Row, especially being, you know, a partially escort map, King's Row just allows them to show off how aggressive they actually are, because they're so far in front of the payload, and they got one person for the payload.
This energy that they have right now is incredible. Ooh, and there goes the pick. Hammer down comes in, though, and that manages to take down Dan the Og. Good save there. Or I'd say rather, it wasn't necessarily a good save. Max Peck does take down Dire Raven, but they are going to get the second point. Look at that aggression. 5 minutes and 48 seconds remaining, and Milky able to come back to the entirety of the team. That's a good job there here from the side of Void, and they've got 3 ults available. That being said, though, Boomers do have 5, so they can make this very for the side of Void.
It looks like Milky is getting ready to set up a massive Blossom here. But Architect found him out.
Ooh, and that's a big one there. Damon is going to drop that ultimate. Damage here for Dire Raven. Now we've got Amplification Matrix coming on now. That's just a lot of boosted damage, and it's just not looking good here for the offensive attempts for the side of Void. They are going to have to back out, but they've got an incredible amount of time available.
Well, not only that, but it looks like they also have one extra ult more here than the side of Boomers, so they might just be able to go in and force some ults out and then just ult them down.
Ooh, and Ferry up in that front line. Dan the Oz, gotta be careful not to get taken out. Milky! Midge, too early. Counter ultimate comes out here from Ferret. Adrenaline looking to help out, and now he's just left click W. There's just nothing that he can do. Too many ultimates spent here from the side of Void, and they're just not going to be able to continue that offensive push. Damon, chill out, bro. He was just trying to get out. Why are you
He was just trying to live his best life, man.
He was trying to live his best life and shoved an icicle in his forehead. That's just rude.
Just not allowed. But Daniel actually does have the Earth Shatter up compared to Ferret, so that might be a deciding factor here unless Ferret manages to block it.
Oh, and I don't know why they would pop it so quickly, but that is going to be a 2-piece. Hammer down comes on out. Oh, and that sleep comes in super clutch. But is that a team kill? That is a team kill.
It is a team kill.
Oh, man. Honestly, I was a little sketched about Clixney trying to face off against Ferret, but honestly, it worked. However that turned out, it just worked. So they've got to be careful. Ultimates are coming in favor here for the side of Boomers, and no ultimates available for Void. But now they're getting into this fight. Gravitational Flux coming on up, and here we go.
Big Architect with the 4K!
God. Oh my Lord, Jeebus, what in the name of Planner has just happened? Oh my God.
So that was actually an extremely big brain play from Kaz and Architect. You know, what happened was they dropped the Flux, right? But Flux has a 1-second slowing effect, so they couldn't get away.
Oh, well, fantastic plays from him. Milky does take down Max Peck as Peck's gonna be above, and here we go. That'll be huge. Oh no! And now the tank line gonna be in some massive danger. Dire Raven does go down. Here we go. Kamehameha up in full effect. Ooh, and Architect does go down, but they've got to be careful not to completely get melted. Oh no, that's not good here. Hammer down comes out here from Ferret, and there is just nothing that Void can do from here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Great job there by Milky. Just getting the heck out of there. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna drop. Try it again.
Hold up. Someone just said that they got confirmation from an admin that it's best of 5?
Oh yeah, our guy. It's the guy running this thing.
Oh, well, no, because Jag just told me that you still play the 4th map no matter what, but if it's best of 5, then wouldn't you stop at 3?
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, okay, so for consistency's sake, we're still playing out the 4th map. Gotcha.
Oh my God. Alright, well, I guess we'll ask. Here we go. Ultimate. Oh, and that backline, man. To just take down Dire Raven. Heavily in favor of Void, but now they've got to make some sort of play. Ferret has got to be careful. Ooh, with Milky trying to get off into that flank. Who's gonna be taking this one in? Milky giving this one up here like a side of fries. That's just not looking good. Max Peck up front there with Fair. Adrenaline able to give up just a little bit of healing, and Damon does drop that ultimate. They've got to be careful, and there's just nothing that can be done. Even with that ultimate there from Magenta, it's not going to be enough for them to survive.
I think the big issue here, at least in the fight beforehand, not this fight, but the fight beforehand, was that Ferret had actually used his Shatter when the fight was already won. So yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going on here, but that was last fight. This fight, they just managed to just swing WM1.
Bro, that's all you need. All right, so here we go. Dan the Awe trying it up again. They're going. And where is this going?
It's right there. Ooh.
Oh, that push so big, but Damon's still alive. Dan the Awe bringing out a fat fire strike, taking down Damon, and now they're making it work. 30 seconds are left onto the clock. Athena calls a team kill. We're moving on into the final seconds of it, and they do manage to block this in. Milky is going to be on his signature Doomfist, and he's looking for a pick. Doesn't seem to land on anyone, and there's nobody that's gonna touch. 20 seconds are remaining as Void completes the map. Ooh, boy.
20 seconds remaining. That might be just a little bit of an issue for Void. They came into this last section with about almost 5 minutes left on the clock, and being brought down to 20 seconds, I don't think they're going to be very happy about that.
I mean, regardless though, that's why it's okay to rush. It's able to rush it and go quickly, because if you noticed, Void was very good about ending or disengaging their fights. Like Milky, if Milky was out of position or like the fight was ending, Milky would just jump over, restart, try it again. And that's honestly what I got to applaud. What's up? Yeah, we
go again.
And that's essentially it. That's how you have to play it. You know what I mean? They recognize that they have a lot of time, but rather than dilly-dallying and trying to survive, no, they're just gonna, okay, are we down 4 men? All right, time to go. We down 3 guys? All right, let's try group up again. They use that time to their advantage and manage to make it with 20 seconds remaining. And that's still huge if they can stop Boomers from completing it. You know what I mean? That's incredibly important for them. Or they at least have a minute on the time bank for their push. So there's still a lot that can happen.
That is, I will admit that. But with as aggressive as we've seen Boomers be, I think they might have a little bit of an issue with time here.
I mean, it really depends. It really depends on how they play. We're seeing Dan the Oz switching from his to the Orisa. So the question is, can Dan be the pillar of strength here for his team, especially when you have Ferret still on that Reinhardt?
That is a very good question, especially seeing as Ferret has a really good habit of just pressing W into the enemy team.
Oh, and there we go. That could have been absolutely deadly. Oh, and there goes Casual. Now they're just starting to rush on in. Kaz trying to be the best tank he can here on the flank. Architect's got to be careful not to get taken out, as it looks like Damon is going to go down there as the Reaper, not able to really clean up anything. Kaz might actually be a late casualty here, and that's not looking good. Great job there, though, by the support line, keeping him alive.
That's a really, really big success there, because that would have been at least a solid 10 to 15 seconds that it would have taken to regroup, respawn timer, and just kind of walking back on over, getting ready for the fight.
Oh, and here they go. Damon's off onto the flank, trying to get Dire Raven. Great job there, though, with the backup from Magenta, able to keep him alive for... Now they're... The most. Adrenaline does take down Dan the Awe. Oh, no, and Max Peck feeling it, Mr. Krabs, but that ult is gonna be huge if they can make it work. Dire Raven, though, unfortunately cannot do so. Great job there by Boomers, able to finish this one off, but their time bank is not what Void's was in their initial run.
That is fair. They did manage to take the first point on that first shot, but if they manage to get a good streets phase here, they might have roughly, and I'm saying this roughly, close to the same amount of time.
Oh, and there we go. Ferret looking to try to get a fat fire strike. Does have his ultimate available. but he did lose his barrier, and that could be detrimental. Damon's got to get out of there. Does manage to make it in time. Oh my God!
6-man shatter, absolute mad
Oh
lad.
Lord, but it's still not going to be enough. Manages to make a huge play, or manages to start a huge play. Doesn't finish it though. And Damon in that back line, no one really attacked. Oh boy, that's gonna be a double kill. They've got to back out of there. Magenta backing up Helix the Cat, and they're not letting Boomers just rush on in. They are gonna just slow them down a little bit. Now they're moving on in 4 minutes, and a lot of ults here on the side of Void. They've got what, 4, 5 with Helix the Cats coming on here in a few minutes or in a few seconds.
Yep, that looks like 5, and it looks like it's gonna be 4. With Adrenalines coming in online.
Ooh, and here we go. Gravitational flux. Only manages to get it. Doesn't matter. Kamehameha is absolutely huge here, ladies and gents. And that's going to be what ends the push here for the side of the Boomers. Great job by Void. But I don't know, part of me wonders, did they overcommit just a little bit too many ults?
I definitely believe that they overcommitted way too many ults here. That's, let's see here, 4 ults that they used in that fight alone. That's just a little bit of an issue. And, you know, with that, Boomers didn't really use any ults that fight, so they can just walk right in, and they might not even have to ult this fight.
So they've got to be careful. Damon trying to get in that back line. Now that ult coming out. Ooh, going for the back line. Great job there by Helix the Cat. Looking to keep the team and the dream alive. Kamehameha does come out here by Max Peck, and no one able to stop him just yet. Barrett getting the pick here on Felix the Cat. Oh, counter hammer down. Danny manages to get one, but it's still not going to be enough. Man, Danny is just having a tough time trying to hold his ground.
That's the big issue, is because you can't really play Orisa into such an aggressive Reinhardt like Ferret.
Yeah.
That's a really big issue, because the moment you put that shield down, Ferret's just gonna walk right past it and say, yeah, sorry, no.
Yeah. So here we go. Dandy still not switching out of it, staying on. And I could definitely see it. Ooh, and Damon does go down, but not before Clixney does go down as well. So now they're pushing on in, and Adrenaline does manage to drop that ultimate. Kamehameha does come out here in full force. Ooh, is this going to be it? As Milky does drop that ultimate, does drop Architect, and it's looking good here for the side of Void. Kaz has got to be careful not to get taken out. And Max Peck, ooh, just in for a world of hurt. Unable to get out of there with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. I mean, right now, I don't know, man. It's still anyone's game.
I would definitely say that, but the big issue here is that, you know, Boomers are coming up on 4 ults total together here. We got Architect at 90 and Ferret at 84, but Ferret being able to build those shadows as fast as he does, the man's already at 92! And that's all I have to say there.
Ooh, double gravitational fluxes. Just dishing out quite a bit of damage, and that's gonna be terribly misspent. But they do have Damon's name, number, address, everything available, and with a whiffed shatter, that's gonna be Void still holding on to this dream, but that ultimate might just make life a living hell. Did he die?
No.
He
got 8. It got 8.
He got eated.
He done got eated, boys. I'm actually kind of curious as to how Ferret's shatter got whiffed, because to me that looked like it connected no problem.
Well, no, it's not that it got whiffed. It got, I mean, it got eaten.
No. Ferret's ult.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
that.
I think it's because the Orisa like was right in front of him and took the brunt of the attack. So
I mean, maybe, but they didn't have that fortify there.
Ooh, and that sleep might be huge if they don't make it. Great block there, and now Damon in that back line. Look at it. Going on down. Adrenaline taking down Milky. Ooh, and it's not looking good here for the side of Void. They are going to get sent reeling, and Magenta has got to figure out a way to GTFO. Clixney off onto that flank, and now it's looking fantastic here for the side of the Boomers. Damon managing to take down Clixney. Now they're just rushing on in. They need to slow down, but they're not slowing down. They're just rushing on in. Ferret finally coming on into his Super Saiyan form, and it's just not looking good here for Void. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining, and now Helix the Cat doing everything and anything possible to just stall. Milky making that switch, taking down Adrenaline. And here we go, High Noon Oh, doesn't seem to land on anyone just yet. Hammer down does come on out, doesn't hit anyone just yet, and it's just two different fronts that they're battling in. Dire Raven does take down Orchitect, and despite what we initially saw, I'm definitely seeing Void come back into this defense and trying to hold on as much as humanly possible.
Void ain't messing around here, you can definitely tell that. But the big issue here is that they got 25 seconds more or less in order to make this push work.
Yeah, I think right now we're about to run into final fight territory. So this is a make it or break it moment here for the Boomers. They could end the playoffs for Void. Ooh, and there we go. That's an can that be a big in there, folks? Manages to get quite a bit, and now Damon knows he is going to be one of the last bits to be able to hold on. Oh no, and Damon does take down Clixney. Kamehameha is coming out here. Damon into that back line. That Kamehameha from Magenta, though, trying to do the most, unable to really help out with Damon's ult. And now Magenta just trying to stall, trying to do everything humanely possible as Milky gets into that back line. That's going to be the end there. Clixney jumps on in, and now Void can feel this coming on in. They've got to do something about it. Both of them, Barrett and Dan the Awe, switching over to the Hamster. And there we go. Is that ultimate going to be in? That could be absolutely huge if they don't do anything about it.
Big, but Danny Yaw actually just got frozen. How are you going to stall his ball if you're frozen?
Oh, that's no good. He's still alive, though. What? He's still alive. And they're just spinning to win.
I mean, I can definitely understand the look for both teams, but the big issue here is that they have to get Danny Yaw off point.
Oh, and there they go. Dan the Awe managing to jump on in. Oh, man, Adrenaline does go down. And Clixney just not able to go around the Sigma. So now the Kamehameha is here by Max Peck, and the final attempt is being pushed in by the Boomers. Helix the Cat, though, able to stall just a little bit longer, and it's absolute chaos here onto the point. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's gonna be 2 kills right there in favor of Void, and they're just holding on, man. I could hear it. Their comms must be absolutely insane.
Oh, that's gonna be a big minefield here if they manage to get something they made. Oh my god!
Clixney going down. Oh, are they able to do much of anything? They've separated the point, but I'm not necessarily sure what that means.
I don't know what's going on here, but there's one big issue here is that, you know, Dan the Yaw is still alive.
Dan the Yaw is still alive, but not a lot of plays are being done here by Void. You know, their stall tactics aren't necessarily working for them in their favor.
It looks like they're gonna try and force a Sigma, and they managed to get the point!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, but that's just a feels bad there for Void, man. They had that in their hand, and they just could not capitalize.
This is just absolutely crazy.
This huddle, you're absolutely right.
Hodl? Hodl?
Hodor. It's still Hodor, okay? Remember that. Hold the door, sir.
Hold the door.
Alrighty. So 1 minute remaining. And I don't know, man. Boomers were definitely reeling. And Void had it. They had it at the very end. Just could not maintain it. They were so close. I mean, that being said, though, the match isn't entirely over, but they've got to be as aggressive. They can't just let their go.
Yeah, they can't let anything go down here real quick. We do see Danny Yaw and Dire Raven onto that double shield comp. They're just going to try and, you know, kind of keep it going.
Elfie with a Sigma 9. Disgusting.
That was just an absolutely press the C9 button. Activate C9 mode.
Alrighty, so here we go. They're getting very close to that final fight. Don't know where Adrenaline was sending that. So, ooh, this is not looking good here for Dan the Awe and Dire Raven, but they are going to go around that May wall. So Ferret pushing on in's got ever the aggressive stance, just incredibly powerful, and there is no barriers here for the side of the Boomers, but they've got to get rid of Ferret. And oh, there's a 1-1 trade, but Dan the Awe just getting so much done against him, and they've got to be careful. Milky managing to take out Max Peck. And now the tanks are still available here for the side of Boomers. But will that be enough? And I think it might be.
Farrah's just swinging along and taking everyone out.
I mean, seriously, man. Left click W. That's all you need sometimes.
Maybe a little bit of shift.
Maybe a little bit of shift?
Maybe a little bit of shift. If you're good. A little bit of shift as a treat.
Alrighty, so here we go.
Oh, hold up. It looks like we actually have a discon from the game here.
Oh, no.
That's going to be super unfortunate for the side of Void, as one of all, and I mean all, of their ult charge.
Oh, no. Oh, that's a feels bad. Please. F in the chat for Void right now, because this is not the position they want to be in. They needed that second DPS ult. Oh, wow. Let's see how they come back from this one.
That is super unfortunate for Void. But, you know, it's just a fact of, you know, playing at our homes.
Yeah, that's what happens. So, Ferret is going to be in that front line, got to their cue to get in there. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to force the enemy a bad spot. Orchitect, though, looking to try to get the most here on Dandy. Not really able to save his butt cheeks, and that's not looking good. Milky, though, trying to get into that back line, but unable to really do so successfully.
No need to fear, folks. Ferret is here, but Adrenaline manages to get taken out by Milky.
Oh, and there we go. Kamehameha in. Ooh. And that's just not
it
looking
looks like
good
it's
here.
just Milky here trying to stall.
Yeah, and that's just, they're going to have to hold off on that one.
It's super unfortunate, though. Their Ana's coming back from spawn, and she is not a very fast player.
Alrighty, so they've got this last little bit. They've got to get them off the point, though.
Just give Ferret the nano. Just give Ferret the nano. Okay, there's the purple.
Ooh. And there comes that counter ultimate here from Orchitect. Oh, High Noon comes on in. Doesn't seem to get much of anyone, though. And right now, Boomers are just looking absolutely fantastic, man.
Dude, Boomers are not giving anything up here. 5 points. We are on the last freaking point in OT.
They're doing this all in one run.
No stopping. We go.
Yeah, man. They're just continuing it on in. Dire Raven comes on out, but he's got to slow down. The whole team needs to be there. They got to all press Q. They all got to make it work. And
all right, I think they're going to be trying to force the Sig 9 here. Ferret managing to stay out of that. Come on, just give it. Just nano him. Just nano him. Nano Ferret.
Oh, man. And that's just... Damon is feeling it, Mr. Get Ferret out, though. Milky managing to bring that in, but is that going to be enough? Only 2 players still available here on the side of the Boomers, and they're doing an absolute fantastic job of staying alive. And now Max Peck does come on in for a little bit of support, but it's not looking good here for the side of the Boomers. They do happen to get off. Damon touches, though. Still available, and now Ferret comes on in. What in the world is going on?
Oh no, Ferret!
He does drop that ultimate. Doesn't seem to land on anyone. And it seems like it's going to be Void holding on still.
We don't know just yet. I was going to say it's Damon trying to 5v6 or 5v1.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
All
Omega
right.
over here is saying that, you know, he's going to fold in, and he's going to admit the odds are not in Void's favor right now. That is understandable, but reverse sweeps have happened. We have seen worse, my friend.
Hey, man, Void right now has a steep hill to climb. They started off so well, and then, you know what I mean? Like, they just could not capitalize on that whole. They've got to make it work at this point. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. What, they've got maybe a fight and some change to try to force this into the overtime, and that's kind of all they got.
Maybe 2 fights if they're fast enough about it. But it looks like we are going to be seeing a dive coming out, so this might be exactly what we're looking for, you know, that fast-paced gameplay.
I mean, maybe, but Orchitect and Damon have been really, really aggressive, very powerful players, And honestly, though, Damon is just, when you have a Reaper that knows how to get in and get into those really bad sides of the enemy team, that could be dangerous, especially since Dandion and Dire Raven don't really have any barriers that they can rely on. So if they get caught face to face with a Reaper, that could be bad news bears.
I am going to point out what Alfie said, denied by your own May. Yeah, that kind of sucked. Ferret got completely denied by Architect.
Oh, yeah. So here we go. Final fight is going to be coming on. Trying to go for a big split. Unable to really do much of anything. And Magenta's got to be out. So now they're trying to split around, trying to find a different and alternate angle.
Ooh, Adrenalite is hacked, though.
Ooh, and that could be huge as Dandial pushes his way on in. But they've got to make these hacks count, and they've got to do something about this. And fast Clixney, though, managing to land a pick, and there they go. They're just rushing on in. Architect to be one of the last few to survive. I don't think Architect's not going to be able to do it, so great job there from Void, able to clean this up in relative good time.
That is fair. They do have about another 30 seconds to 25 seconds left on the clock. But they have to remember to stay on!
What are they doing?
They just kind of stepped off on accident.
They need to all be on there. They got to cap that point ASAP.
That is just unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to rush in for the fight. They don't want the enemy to just hold on for too long. We need a pause here. Oof. Oh, no.
That's another DPS lost here.
Oh, man. Jeez. I don't know, man. That was unfortunate. Because that could have been a fat EMP.
That could have been, but it is super unfortunate because Clixney was playing the Sombra, and now there's no EMP!
Oh, no. Oh, no. 10 seconds are left on the clock, so now time. So they kind of have no other option at this point.
This is super unfortunate. They just have to rely on Dan the Oz Shatter here to win that next fight.
That's all they have. Holy crap. But that being said, though, there's not really any ultimates here on the side of. Oh, did we get him back? Oh,
yes, we did just get him back.
All right, I think they're ready. I don't see any ultimates though coming online anytime soon here for the side of Boomers. We are going to see Architect's ultimate come out in just a little bit, but as of right now, a lot of it is going to be on Dandial's shoulders. He needs to do something, and it needs to be super effective.
Super effective Pokemon.
I hate you. All right.
Don't worry, I hate me too, so.
That's terrible. Alrighty. So here they go, getting ready to get started. And now Dire Raven with Dandy Aw. They've got to be careful, though, not to get taken out. They are bail out Milky, though. So somebody's got to be on the point at all times. They have no other choice. And there we go. Hammer down comes in. But Ferret, though, with no one there to back him up, that's going to be a great first pick. There goes another one. Amplification Matrix coming on out. And they have no defense. They've either stay on or get out. They have no other choice, and they're just going to go. Ooh, great ultimate there from Helix the Cat, trying to hold on for just a little bit. Damon still in that back line, looking to try to clap some form of cheekies, and it's not looking good here, but they're still alive. They're still able to make this work. Die, comes on out. But I don't think it's looking good here for the side of Void. They've got to hurry up and touch that point. Oh, and
that's it. Boomers take it home.
That's it, man. Boomers take this bad boy home. Fantastic work here from the Boomers. Great overtime play. Jesus Christmas. And that's a big one there from Architect. Wow. Unreal. Magenta with 28k healing.
Absolutely crazy. It looks like Void will actually defer the choice for map 4. So it looks like this is the last game of the night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you saw it here. Fantastic by the Boomers, just pushing on through with a solid 3-0 victory. That is just fan-freaking-tastic. So please, ladies and gentlemen, give us a hashtag for who you think is your player of the match. Zell, who you got, buddy?
I don't think I can give it to anyone besides Ferret. Like, I mean, Ferret was just absolutely insane tonight. Popping off on that tank, especially on the Reinhardt, getting his shatter at least every minute or every fight at least. I mean, this dude's an absolute mad lad.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give it to Ferret as well. Really able to keep the momentum going in his favor. And as you said, just like those fire strikes are very crisp, getting a lot of ult charge relatively quickly. And part of being a good Reinhardt is being able to get into your opponent's head. And you could see from the gameplay tonight, Ferret was really dictating where the fight was going, how they were going to take it. So great job from Ferret. Let's see what we got in terms of chat. Oh, they're behind by a minute.
Yeah, they're about a minute behind us, correct.
Okay, so I'm essentially just waiting. Kazame giving some love here for Ferret though. So that's gonna be important. You finish your cookies and cream. Listen, man,
of course
I don't know your life.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know your life. I mean, you might be one of those that really savors like every bit. Fair enough. So, I think it'll be a minute until we see much of it. At least in terms of reaction from the crowd. Bad rep. Giving some love here to Ferret. Not necessarily sure who else be doing the ting. But there we go. There you guys have it. Thank you all for joining us here on this magnificent Thursday night. Like I said, Void did their absolute best to try to hold on. But hey, guess what? You don't make it in the playoffs for this season. Better luck next season. That's why we got them. And it's all about going back to the drawing board, seeing your VODs, trying it again. But for now, well-deserved rest here for both teams. They definitely just need to go back, chill out, grab themselves something to eat. So, Kakoa giving Dan the Awe a little bit of love. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the end of the show. Don't worry, I will be reading anything that comes up before we end the stream. But do us a favor, tell your mom, dad, sister, grandma, everyone you not necessarily, because there's always that weird dude right down the road. But that being said, though, the more support we get, more viewers we can have, the more we as a community can give back to each other and really, really make everything work. So if you'd like to apply, you'd like to be part of our community, go ahead and apply down below. You don't have to be a player in any of the teams. If you want to just hang out, hey, you're more than welcome to hang out. We do scrims very, very often. If you want to be part of a team, you can do that as well. If you'd like to be a coach, or if you would like to do what myself, Kazi, and Zell are doing, you guys are more than welcome to do so. Please apply. And we could always use, more talent, more people running the cameras, and so on and so forth. Zell, anything to add before we get out of here?
No, you pretty much took everything right on out of my mouth. But this was an absolutely fantastic game tonight, and I'm so glad I got the chance to cast it.
Alrighty, so going to read a little bit more. Dan the Awe getting some more. Damon giving it to Ferret, and Kakoa just repeating Dan the Awe. So, with that being said, guys, thank you once again for joining us. I have been Loud T-Rex.
And I have been Zelda Duty One Trick Green Main.
And Kazme is running the cameras, eating his milkshake. See you guys.